Evaluating your search results. In this video, you'll learn 3 tips on evaluating your searches to determine if your results are useful. The first tip is to check if the articles are relevant to your topic. Read the abstract, or summary of the article, and look at the subject words. You can find these in 2 places. Most databases have an article preview feature. This allows you to see information about the article like the title, author, date it was published, the subject words, and the abstract, which is the summary of the article. Using the preview feature is a quick way to help you determine if articles are relevant. Another place where you can find the subject words and the abstracts is in the record for the article. The record for the article tells us about the article. You can kind of think of the record like a nutrition label on food. It tells us what's inside the article and helps us determine if it's good for us or at least helpful for our research. To see the record, click on the title of the article, and you'll see information like who wrote it, which journal published it, when it was published, the subject words assigned to it. This tells you essentially what the article is about, and you'll see the abstract. It's important to look at the abstracts and the subject words because the titles are not always descriptive enough to tell you what the article is really about. Later, when you're choosing articles for your assignment, you'll need to dig a little deeper and actually examine the article itself. The second tip is to consider when the article was published. Sometimes your professor will tell you how old your sources can be. Always follow your assignment instructions. If your topic is science or social science related, you may need to seek recently published articles because research in those areas progresses rapidly. If your topic is historical or is related to the humanities or arts, older sources may be acceptable. It's a good idea to check with your professor if you're not sure. The third tip is to look at the types of articles that your search retrieved. If the database you are using includes several different types of sources like magazines and newspapers and scholarly journal articles, the database will usually display icons to help you quickly identify what type of article it is. If you need scholarly articles that have been peer-reviewed, don't just rely on the icons or the icons and database limits. Sometimes sources like book reviews and letters that have not gone through the peer review process can slip through the database filter. Now you have 3 things to look for when you're evaluating your search results. 1. Make sure the articles are relevant to your topic by reading the abstract and looking at the subject words. 2. Make sure the publication dates make sense for your topic and assignment. And 3. Make sure that you're using the type of source that you need. Thanks for watching.